The morning sun streamed through the tall windows of Riverside Corporate Plaza, casting long shadows across the polished marble floors. Marcus Thompson pushed his cleaning cart down the quiet hallway, his movements steady and practiced after 15 years of working these same corridors. At 38, he had calloused hands and tired eyes, but his smile remained warm, especially when he thought about the little girl waiting for him at home. 7-year-old Lily was the light of Marcus's world. Since her mother had passed 2 years ago, it had been just the two of them, navigating homework and bedtime stories, scraped knees and Saturday morning pancakes. Today was special. It was Lily's birthday, and Marcus had saved for weeks to take her to Romano's diner for their famous cheeseburger and milkshake combo. The building was mostly empty on this Saturday morning, just a few executives catching up on work. Marcus methodically cleaned each office, emptied trash bins, and polished surfaces until they gleamed. His supervisor had called in sick, leaving him to cover extra floors, but Marcus didn't mind. The overtime pay would help with Lily's birthday celebration. At 11:30, Marcus heard his daughter's voice echoing down the hallway. "Daddy!" Lily bounded toward him, her blonde hair in pigtails, wearing the red sweater her grandmother had knitted for her birthday. Behind her walked Mrs. Chen, their elderly neighbor who watched Lily on weekends. "Happy birthday, sweetheart," Marcus said, scooping his daughter into a hug. He turned to Mrs. Chen gratefully. "Thank you for bringing her by." "I know it's out of your way." Mrs. Chen smiled warmly. "Nonsense. It's her special day. You two have fun at lunch." After Mrs. Chen left, Marcus gathered his cleaning supplies. "Ready for our birthday adventure?" he asked Lily, who was practically bouncing with excitement. "Can we really get the big cheeseburger? With extra pickles? Anything you want, birthday girl. It's your day." They walked hand in hand toward the elevator. But as they passed the building's small cafe, Marcus noticed an elderly couple sitting at a corner table. The man wore a worn suit that had seen better days, and the woman clutched a small purse in her lap. They were staring at the menu with the kind of careful concentration that Marcus recognized, the look of people counting every dollar. The couple whispered to each other, pointing at prices, then shaking their heads sadly. Marcus watched as they finally ordered just 1 cup of coffee to share and a single piece of toast. Something in Marcus's chest tightened. He knew that feeling. The weight of wanting to provide more than your wallet would allow. He'd been there countless times since becoming a single father. "Daddy, what's wrong?" Lily asked, noticing her father had stopped walking. Marcus looked down at his daughter, then back at the elderly couple. In that moment, he made a decision that would have surprised him 6 months ago, but felt as natural as breathing now. Parenthood had taught him that love often meant choosing someone else's needs over your own wants. "Lily, sweetheart," Marcus said gently, kneeling to her level. "Would it be okay if we changed our plans just a little bit? I see some people who could use a good meal more than we need a fancy restaurant today." Lily followed her father's gaze to the elderly couple. Her 7-year-old mind processed the situation with the clarity that children sometimes possess. "They look sad, Daddy." "They do. What do you think? Should we share our birthday lunch with them?" Without hesitation, Lily nodded. "Mama always said sharing makes everything taste better." Marcus felt his heart swell with pride. His little girl understood something that many adults had forgotten. That generosity multiplied joy rather than dividing it. They approached the couple's table quietly. "Excuse me," Marcus said softly. "I hope you don't mind the interruption. My daughter Lily here is celebrating her 7th birthday today, and she was wondering if you might join us for lunch. We'd love the company." The elderly man looked up with surprise, then suspicion. "That's very kind, but we couldn't possibly—" "Please," Lily interjected with a child's honesty. "It's my birthday, and birthdays are more fun with more people. Right, Daddy?" The woman's eyes filled with tears. "Oh, my dear child." "I'm Harold Peterson," the man said slowly. "And this is my wife, Eleanor. Well, times have been difficult since I retired. We don't want to be charity cases." Marcus sat down across from them, Lily climbing onto the chair beside him. "Mr. Peterson, with all due respect, this isn't charity. This is my daughter wanting to share her special day with new friends. And honestly, you'd be doing us the favor. Birthdays should be celebrated with people who understand what it means to appreciate simple blessings. From across the cafe, unnoticed by the small group at the corner table, Victoria Mills watched the interaction unfold. The CEO of Peterson Industries, the company that owned this building, had come in to retrieve some files from her office. She'd been about to leave when she overheard the conversation. Victoria recognized the janitor. She'd seen him working late countless evenings when she stayed past normal hours. She'd noticed his quiet professionalism, the way he always greeted everyone with respect, how he kept family photos tucked into his cleaning cart. But she'd never witnessed anything like this. Marcus signaled to the cafe worker and ordered generously: cheeseburgers, fries, milkshakes, and even a small birthday cake. As the food arrived, Harold Peterson's hands trembled slightly as he unwrapped his burger. "I was a machinist for 43 years, Harold said quietly. "Worked at the same plant until they closed it down. Eleanor and I, we never expected to be counting pennies at our age." "There's no shame in hard times, Mr. Peterson," Marcus replied. "I've been there. After my wife passed, there were months when Lily and I lived on peanut butter sandwiches. But you know what I learned? The measure of a person isn't what they have. It's how they treat others when they have very little to give." Eleanor reached across the table and patted Lily's hand. "You know, dear, I haven't had a birthday celebration in years. This might be the sweetest gift an old lady could receive." Lily beamed. "My mama used to say that sharing your birthday makes you twice as lucky. So now we're all lucky together." Victoria watched as this simple meal transformed into something beautiful. The elderly couple's posture gradually relaxed. Their smiles became genuine, and their conversation flowed with the ease of people who had found unexpected kindness in their day. Marcus listened to Harold's stories about his years as a machinist, his pride in the work he'd done, the satisfaction of fixing things and making them run smoothly. Eleanor shared memories of raising 3 children, how she'd stretched every grocery budget, the joy she found in small domestic victories. "You remind me of my own father," Harold told Marcus. "He worked multiple jobs to keep our family fed during the Depression. Never complained, just did what needed doing. That's a rare quality these days." "Not so rare," Marcus replied. "I see it in parents at Lily's school, in neighbors helping neighbors, in people who show up every day and do their best with whatever they have. Good people are everywhere if you know how to look." As they finished their meal, Lily insisted that Harold and Eleanor help her blow out the candles on her small cake. "Make a wish," she instructed them. Birthday wishes are extra powerful when everyone makes them together. Victoria found herself wiping away tears. In 15 years of running a corporation, of making decisions that affected thousands of employees, she'd forgotten what leadership actually looked like. It wasn't about corner offices or profit margins. It was about this: recognizing need and responding with generosity, treating every person with dignity, understanding that we're all just human beings trying to take care of each other. After the meal, Marcus walked Harold and Eleanor to the building's exit. "Thank you," Eleanor whispered, pressing a small folded paper into his hand. "You have no idea what this meant to us." "Thank you for making Lily's birthday special," Marcus replied. "She'll remember this forever." As the couple walked away, Marcus unfolded the paper Eleanor had given him. It was a hand-drawn thank you card, simple but heartfelt, with a message that read, "Some angels don't have wings. They have kind hearts and generous spirits. Bless you and your beautiful daughter." Victoria approached Marcus as he prepared to return to his cleaning duties. "Excuse me," she said softly. "I'm Victoria Mills. I own this building." Marcus straightened, suddenly worried he'd somehow violated policy by using the cafe during work hours. "Ms. Mills, I can explain." "There's nothing to explain," Victoria interrupted gently. "What I witnessed today, that was extraordinary. You taught your daughter something more valuable than any lesson she'll learn in school, and you showed me something I'd forgotten about true leadership." She paused, choosing her words carefully. "I've been looking for someone to head up our new community outreach program. Someone who understands what it means to see need and respond to it. Someone who leads by example rather than authority. Would you be interested in discussing it?" Marcus stared at her, speechless. Finally, he found his voice. "Ms. Mills, I'm just a janitor. I don't have business training or... You have something more important, Victoria said. You have character. You have the ability to see people, really see them, and respond with compassion. That's not something you can teach in business school. Lily tugged on her father's sleeve. Daddy, what's happening? Victoria knelt down to Lily's level. Your daddy just showed me what it means to be truly successful, and I think he might have a new job that will let him help even more people. As they talked, Marcus realized that his decision to share their birthday lunch hadn't cost him anything. Instead, it had given him something invaluable. A reminder that the best gifts we can give don't come wrapped in pretty packages. They come from the willingness to put someone else's needs before our own comfort. From the understanding that we're all in this life together. From the simple recognition that everyone deserves dignity and kindness. Later that evening, as Marcus tucked Lily into bed, she asked him about their unusual birthday celebration. Daddy, why did Mr. Harold and Mrs. Eleanor make me feel so happy? Marcus smoothed her hair gently. Because when we give from our hearts, sweetheart, we get back more than we give. Today you learned that the best birthdays aren't about what we get. They're about what we share. Will we see them again? I have a feeling we will, Marcus said, thinking about Victoria Mills's job offer and the possibilities it might create for helping families like the Petersons. And you know what? I think this might have been the best birthday you'll ever have. Because of the cake? Because of your heart, Lily. Because you understood that sharing your special day made it even more special. That's a gift not everyone learns. And you figured it out at 7 years old. As Marcus turned off the light, he reflected on the day's unexpected turns. Sometimes, he thought, the universe rewards kindness in ways we never expect. But even if there had been no job offer, no recognition, no reward at all, the choice would have been worth making, because in the end, we don't remember what we kept for ourselves. We remember what we shared, the end,